Does Baker Mayfield have a chance to win the NFL MVP? And to me, the answer is yes. I really do think, there's no hesitation either. I really believe Baker Mayfield could win an NFL MVP. I think he could this season. Now, right off the bat, there's a few reasons why people doubt this. I think they're actually very silly. When you consider both sides, when you consider reasons why Baker Mayfield might not win an NFL MVP and the reasons why Baker Mayfield might win an NFL MVP, I really think there's a more compelling argument why he might win an NFL MVP than why he might not. Some people are saying it's too early to tell. Fine, I get it. I know the season hasn't even started yet. If you're one of those people, I know it's August. I'm curious. Does he have a chance? I think he does. We'll talk about it. If you're not any fun and don't want to have that discussion, I guess go away. I don't even know what to say to you. Now, some people say this is only Baker Mayfield's second season in the NFL, and that is an argument that I think is just silly. I get where they're coming from. They're saying it's too early. He's young. He was a rookie last year. I don't think people understand. You do realize Patrick Mahomes won the NFL MVP just last year in his second season in the NFL. And by the way, his first year as an NFL starting quarterback. This will be Baker Mayfield's second year as an NFL starting quarterback. That's a silly reason to say, oh, it's Baker's second year, he has no chance. You're wrong. That's silly. Now, reason number 3 is some people simply write off Baker Mayfield because he is the Cleveland Browns quarterback. They say Baker Mayfield could not win an NFL MVP this season because he's the Browns quarterback. Now, I think being the Cleveland Browns quarterback is exactly why he could win an NFL MVP. I think people focus often on the bad history of the Browns. To me, that's irrelevant. I think it's borderline superstitious. Who cares what happened in the past? Let's talk about the Browns right now this year. And the Browns have a ton of talent. There are stars everywhere. Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry, David Njoku, Kareem Hunt once he returns from his suspension, Nick Chubb. And what talent means is talent means a lot of potential for a ton of points. Points, stats. Baker Mayfield, if he has a good year like we all think he might, there's potential there for his stats to be incredible. And Baker Mayfield has a chance to be the quarterback of one of the best offenses in the league. Right away, if you're the quarterback of one of the best offenses in the NFL, that immediately puts you into the NFL discussion, NFL MVP discussion, whether you like it or not. And that's the kind of year I see that we could have from Baker Mayfield. But all of the bad history of the Cleveland Browns, in my opinion, actually helps Baker. It's going to be too good of a story to ignore if he's fantastic. If the Browns make the playoffs, and if they have one of the best offenses in the entire NFL, then Baker will actually be an easy favorite to win the NFL MVP. That story's too good. A historically bad franchise, a quarterback a lot of people don't like, a polarizing guy who's a loudmouth, who got into fights with people in the media. It's too good if he dominates. Man, I think he could win and would have the edge because of who he is and because of the history of the Cleveland Browns. Now, people also need to take a look at the Cleveland Browns schedule. Early in the year, they play on Monday Night Football in New York against the Jets. Then later, I think like 2 weeks later, they play Sunday Night Football against the Rams. Monday Night Football, the next week, against the 49ers in San Francisco, they play on Monday Night Football. In the first 5 weeks, they have 3 primetime games alone. Then they play the Seahawks, they play in New England, and I'm going to pick them to lose against New England likely, but they do have a bye week heading into that game, so even if they lose to New England, they could put on a really good showing. And then that's another primetime game where the Browns had a good performance, and people watched and saw who Baker Mayfield is. That's a late afternoon game. Patriots, Browns, Browns coming off a bye week. I think that's going to be a good showing for Baker Mayfield, and because it's the Patriots, a lot of people are going to watch. Later in the year, the Browns play the Steelers on Thursday Night Football. My point is this. Yes, the Browns have a very difficult schedule, but I think actually, because it's difficult, because they have a lot of primetime games, and I think the Browns have a chance to win a couple of those games, they could leave a very big impression on everybody in the NFL. My opinion. There are a lot of high stakes. A lot of people are going to be watching the Cleveland Browns this year. Are they any good? They're on prime time, this, that. Baker Mayfield is going to have a lot of opportunities to grab people's attention. And by the way, if the question is this, if the question is, does Baker Mayfield have the talent to win an NFL MVP? The answer is absolutely yes. His arm is unbelievable. I've said this before, I'll say it again. Baker Mayfield, if you are a young quarterback who wants to learn how to throw a football, model your throwing motion after Baker Mayfield's. He can make every throw in the book. He's incredible. I think Baker Mayfield has not only the talent, not only has the story, not only has the eyeballs, people, he's going to be in primetime. He's going to have stars all around him. They have a great offense. They're going to be on primetime, a lot of opportunities to win people's hearts over. He's got the talent, and he's got a great story. That's a lot of reasons why, in my opinion, Baker Mayfield not only could win an NFL MVP, he should be on the NFL MVP watch list. And I think actually early on could be a favorite this year because of the story, who he is, his talent, the great players they have around him, and the opportunities he's going to have on primetime to impress a lot of people. Baker Mayfield should indeed be on the NFL MVP watch list.